Hey, what's up, you guys? It is your girl JoJo, and I am here with a little bit of a different video. It's not a zodiac chat and it's not a review. This is actually going to be a law of attraction video. Y'all know I've been saying for a couple of months now that it was something I wanted to implement on this channel. I probably won't get the same views that I get for other stuff, but it was something that interests me, something that I practice, and it was something that I wanted to talk about here on the channel. Looking a little disheveled. So yeah, I'm coming to y'all from the living room floor. Okay, a little bit of a different angle, hair tied up, because y'all know how I do when I'm not working. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about the law of attraction, what it is, how you should start, how you should get into it. This is basically for the people who know nothing about it, but you hear about it and you kind of want to know how you can practice it or make it work for you. Okay, so I'm actually going to be using an acronym. The acronym is law. Okay, corny enough. And we're going to go through each letter of that word and hopefully give you guys a little bit more information and a little bit better of a starting point for you. All right, so the very first letter in the acronym, of course, is the letter L. And the letter L in this case is going to be for learn. You need to learn. That is a starting point for the law of attraction. So what is it? In layman's terms, okay, just to keep from getting too lengthy and too definitions and defining, the best thing I can say is when we put positive things out into the atmosphere, we get those things back. So what you put out, you get back. That's simple terms, okay? Very simplistic. There's a lot more to it, but whatever you put out into the universe, into the world, are the things that you get back. You manifest the things that you want through your thinking and what you believe, okay? Very simple, but there's a lot more to it. So what I always tell people is the very first thing you need to do is you need to learn. While I do believe there's a benefit to watching YouTube and listening to podcasts, I think you need to read about the law of attraction for it to really seep in. Now, if you're not a reader, audiobooks might be good. If you don't like any of that, then do it. You know your learning style. You know what works for you. Just make sure you are very well informed. So the very first book I read about the law of attraction is called The Law of Attraction Made Easy. It is by a woman named Mary Lester. I hope I have her name right. If not, I'm putting everything in the description bar that I talk about. So if I mess up names, I'll have the information to you and that will be correct. So that was the very first law of attraction book I read. You can also find me reviewing that book in my videos somewhere. Just type Law of Attraction Made Easy by Mary and I should come up, or just go chatting with JoJo Law of Attraction. It should be there somewhere. But I did a book review on it, and the reason why I learned so much from that book was because of the way that the author broke everything down. She told you what it was. She told you how it worked. She told you how to apply it. It talked about goal writing. It talked about affirmations, visualizations, all of the things that can go into practicing manifestation. It also, and this was my favorite part of the book. So, I don't know about y'all. I don't know your background, but I'm a church kid, right? I grew up in church, learned a lot, did a lot, had a lot of great experiences. But one of the things that you may find yourself struggling with doing law of attraction, especially if you're wrapped up in any type of religious beliefs, you may feel like you're betraying them, or you're not really, is this wrong what I'm doing? Am I leaving God out of the picture? And the answer is no. The answer is no. A lot of people would disagree with me, but hey, I don't live up to anybody else's version of Christianity. I live up to my relationship with the God I serve. So whatever your opinion is doesn't matter to me. But I like the fact that the author goes into many different religions, many different faiths, and talks about the origin of the law of attraction even inside of those religions. So just like Christianity, when we talk about speaking things that are not as if they were so, which is something people say all of the time within it, that is a form of manifestation. When we talk about faith, the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, that is an example of manifestation in the law of attraction, and affirming and speaking things into existence. All of that is wrapped in together. She even covers how Hinduism reflects it, Buddhism reflects it. Child, just about anything that you can think of, how it reflects it. And so I really like that part of the book, and it was very relatable to me. Now, most people start with the book called The Secret. It is by Rhonda Byrnes, Byrnes. I believe I'm saying that right. It is by Rhonda Byrnes, and a lot of people relate better to that book. This is what I'll say. If you are more of a facts and figures and you want it all laid out for you, I like The Law of Attraction Made Easy. If you want to hear anecdotes and stories and positive stories that you can relate to, because the stories are powerful, as well as get information about what the law of attraction is and how the law of attraction works, if you want to get all of that entangled together, The Secret is a great book. And The Secret really is a good book to start. If you're willing to read too, start with The Secret and then move to The Law of Attraction Made Easy. I think anybody who practices manifestation needs to read The Secret. I really do. Very good book, and there's a lot of books that come after it that you'll probably find yourself reading as well, which I have back there on the shelf. So yes, I do recommend that you read it. Okay, so is that the learning part? Oh, other things with learning. Once you read and once you really feel informed, that's when I would start watching YouTube and podcasts. But again, you still have to work off of your learning style and what works for you. You may want to watch videos first. And also a really good tool is a blog called Life Made to Order. I'm going to put that below because I can't remember the woman's name, but it is the only law of attraction blog that I've ever read. But she gives you good situational advice on how to practice the law of attraction, manifestation, how you begin, what you need to do. It's like I said, the only blog I read. A lot of the stuff that I'm talking about today actually will come from a lot of the things that she discusses on her podcast as well as her blog. And she really helped me out with my starting points and getting going. So I would check that blog out as well if you need additional information. So moving on to the A, the next part. And no, it's not for affirmations because I know that's what y'all thought. And I don't have a problem with affirmations. I practice affirmations. But when I started my law of attraction journey, I went straight to affirmations. I learned, I read, and I started affirming immediately. I had affirmation apps. I was writing them down. I was putting them on the mirror. And while all of that is great, I still was not focusing on my internal work. I still was not focusing on the place I needed to be able to believe my affirmation. So the whole time I was affirming, I didn't believe it. I didn't feel comfortable with it. I didn't feel good about it. And if you don't feel those things, then you are automatically, what do they say? Blocking your blessings, right? You are blocking your manifestation if you don't feel that that's something that's actually going to come through. So when I say the letter A is for application. How you apply the law of attraction, where you should begin. For me, okay, just my personal opinion, before you do anything else with the law of attraction, of course, after you educate and learn, the next thing you need to do is focus on your feelings. You need to work on feeling good. Don't do anything else. I wouldn't make a goal list. I wouldn't make no kind of list until I first practice feeling good. Because if you don't feel good, nothing's going to manifest. And that's just the bottom line. I cannot stress that enough. I went through that for years. Okay, I would say at least 2 years, maybe more, battling back and forth between actually believing what I was affirming, believing what I had written down, and receiving that. And I think a lot of the reasons why I didn't receive was because I did not believe it. I did not feel good about it. And if you are naturally a pessimistic person, it's going to be a journey. I am naturally a pessimistic person. See, even me saying that, right, is not really the best, but by nature, that's how I grew up. And so if you are that type of person, you have to really work on changing your mind. Abraham Hicks, which is another great resource all over YouTube, great videos, look her up. But she always talks about getting into the vortex. And and getting that feeling and getting right and getting that momentum going. And you have to stay in the vortex for the things to come true. The moment that you fall out is the moment that you lose your momentum and you begin to lose the manifestation. You got to work on feeling good. There's no easy way to go about it. You just have to go on your own personal journey. What I try to do is I acknowledge the bad thoughts that I have. I don't just try to shoo them out. I acknowledge them. So just to give you an example, let's say some of you out there are taking a test, SAT, GRE, something for your job or whatever. You got to pass something. And the whole time, even though you studied, the whole time you thinking to yourself, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not smart enough. I'm not a good test taker. The last time I had to take a test, I did this, this, and this. What if I didn't go over this? Sometimes I feel like I didn't go over this enough. Maybe I should have had flashcards. A lot of doubt, a lot of limiting beliefs. When you find yourself doing things like that, stop yourself and ask yourself where it's coming from. Ask yourself, okay, why do I think like this? Do I believe I'm not educated enough? Do I believe I'm not smart enough? Why do I believe that? And then you have to start telling yourself the opposite. And just look at what's laid out before you. Have you ever felt like did you not get enough education? Did you not get just as much of the public education system as the person next to you going to take the test? I'm assuming that you might know these people. You might not. But, did you not try your hardest? Did you not study? Did you not get the grind in? Did you not work? Did you not do what you had to do? Okay. All right. Then I believe that because I did what I was supposed to do, because I've done the work, because I know that I'm a good person, because I know that I'm smart and I'm educated, I know that I'm going to pass this test. Okay, in the past, if you weren't a good test taker, I've changed all that. I don't believe that I'm a bad test taker anymore. Why should I have any reason to believe that I'm a bad test taker? I'm a great test taker. And you have to start saying this stuff to yourself and resetting. Whenever I have a bad thought now, I try to tell myself reset, 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 reset as many times as I need to so that I can kind of shoo those doubting, negative beliefs. My grandma always tells me you don't even give yourself a chance to start before you go ahead and drop out of the race. She told me that a couple of years ago. I've never forgotten it. So give yourself a chance to start. Work on feeling good. So not only do you have to tell yourself things, but also you need to create a feel-good list. I have a long feel-good list of stuff that makes me feel good. Going for walks early in the morning. So when I'm in a mood, I whip out my feel-good list. I'm like, I'm not going to wallow. I'm not going to get down. I'm not going to step out of my feel-good mode. Let me get my feel-good list out and start seeing how I can feel better. So I'll go for a long walk. Or I'll watch people that give me laughs. Not Carlton Banks on Instagram. Very funny to me. I watch him. Forrest Rocks on YouTube. I watch her. Her voice soothes me. So kind of weird, but I like it. I just do things that make me feel good. I turn on music. I have a feel-good music playlist that makes me feel better. I light candles and I'll have a glass of wine. I love lighting candles. It ain't nothing but candles all over here. So it makes me feel good. So make you a feel-good list. Go to your feel-good list whenever you start really talking bad to yourself. Go to your feel-good list. And remember, this is a process. It's going to take time. Don't be so hard on yourself. You may not be able to start manifesting tomorrow, but you are working on feeling good today. And that's what's the most important. Because once you feel good, it's really, really hard to stop you. So work on that first, okay? And then lastly, the W is for win, okay? That is what you're going to do. Once you learn, once you apply, you're going to start winning. And there's a lot of different things, making out your manifestation list, making up how you want to do these things. And one way, not one way, but there's many ways to win. But one piece of advice I'll give you is to start becoming detached from negative, doubting, limiting beliefs that you have about your race, about your situation, about your gender, about your life experiences, about where you're from. Really start to let that melt away from you, because it's going to make the difference in what you're able to manifest. And also things like time constraints. Start to let those things melt away from you and really work on feeling good, learning, and applying all of the things that you have learned. But do not do it until you're feeling good first, because that is the first step. I'm going to link everything that I talked about in this video down below so that you can start working on it. And let me know what you're trying to manifest, what you're trying to get. If you've manifested before, let me know what things that you were able to do. I would love to hear y'all's, keep it country. I would love to hear y'all's stories. I'm very interested. So just let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe. I will see y'all for the next video. Bye.